And I'm back. So I'm using a free version of this recording software, and it's limited to a certain amount of time before I upgrade after I'm done with all my free stuff. So sorry about that. We are on to the next misconception, which is the ozone layer is getting bigger. Right now, the ozone layer is not getting bigger. And this was an article that was published within the last 2 weeks in the science community, that they have done studies that show that the ozone layer is not getting bigger. It was a huge problem in the 80s when I was growing up with the big hairspray cans, and they had to take out one of the propellants that was causing the depletion of the ozone layer. This is an entire day or unit or lesson that I will go over with you when I get back, but it's not something that you need to focus on right now. You just need to know that it is currently getting smaller, and that they are attributing that to what we have done as humans to reduce the propellants going into our atmosphere that have caused the problem to begin with. So yay us for one thing. The planets are in a straight line from the sun. So you will see on this diagram, and you will be doing this in class. This is something that I will lead you through. We will look at the revolution of the planets around the sun on a clock. So we will use a clock as our guide and figure out what time each of the planets is located in at a specific moment. And it does have to do, if you imagine standing in a straight line and rotating around a fixed point, the people towards the fixed point will be going around faster than the people going on the outside. It makes perfect sense. We will be doing that in class, but you need to know that when they do say that the planets are aligned for cosmic reasons or horoscope reasons, it does not mean that all of them are aligned. It also does not mean that they will crash into each other. So there is no need to be afraid. The Earth is the center of our solar system. That is called the Geocentric Model. We currently use the heliocentric model. Helio meaning sun, centric meaning center. Back about 400 years ago, they believed that the Earth was the center of our solar system. And if you disagreed with the church, by the way, who believed that, then you went to jail or you were killed. And so there's a lot of history around and a lot of fights in the scientific community from back then that have to do with what was in the center of our solar system. A lot of conspiracy theories out there as well. So please know that right now, we do look at a heliocentric model of our solar system. The sun is the center, and we rotate and revolve around it. There are stars in our solar system. Yes, but this is I put stars multiple. There are not multiple stars in our solar system. Our sun is the only star in our solar system. If you look up at the night sky and you see the stars, you need to understand that every single star that you see up there has the potential for having planets around it. Each star that you see in the sky is a sun. And the other way to look at it is to say our sun is a star. We are in a solar system with our sun, and our sun is in a galaxy with other stars. So, try and wrap your head around that. I know it's difficult if we've never thought about where we are in our universe. The solar system is very crowded. That is a misconception. You will see that when you build your model outside. All the planets have rocky surfaces. This is not true. There are gas giants too, and they are located in our outer solar system. The most famous of them are Jupiter and Saturn, but there are 2 more. Pluto is not a planet. Well, in August 24th of 2006, it was demoted to what's called a dwarf planet. And there were several reasons for that, about 4 reasons. But there was a very small number of scientists who didn't make that decision. And there was a big uproar in the scientific community all the way up until 2014, where they upgraded it back to a planet. There's a lot of controversy as to why Pluto is back in our list of planets, and some of the books have not been revised yet. Please know that in our class, as long as you are with me, Pluto is a planet and we will be using it in our models. The universe is a fixed size and shape. Well, we know the universe is expanding, and we know that scientifically from observing stars and the way that their colors have changed over time. And this is something that I will have to explain to you, but if you can imagine, if things are moving further away, they give off a red light. Red has the longest wavelength of all of the visible light. But as things are moving closer to us, they give us a blue light. So we're able to see what is called the redshift in stars to know that the things are moving outwards and away from us. Some things, yes, are moving in on each other, but that's in a small area of a galaxy or a solar system. But as a universe as a whole, it is expanding. The planets go around the sun in a clockwise motion is a misconception. Everything that we see in space, for the most part, is going around its center of gravity in a counterclockwise motion. This does have to do with perspective, yes. So if you're looking down on our solar system, it is going in a counterclockwise motion. If you were looking up on our solar system, it would look differently. And there is a difference between rotation and revolution. Rotation is how the planet spins on its axis. So there are planets that do spin clockwise. Most planets spin counterclockwise. And revolution is how it goes around our sun. Finally, a dwarf planet just means that the planet is too small to be considered a real planet. And these are the reasons. Pluto was demoted because of these things. Number one, its size. It is smaller than our moon. Number two, it has a moon named Charon. And normally a moon revolves around its planet. But Pluto and Charon do a dance and they revolve around each other. And so that was unusual. And so the scientists said, well, that's not how normal planets act, so it's not a planet. Another thing is that Pluto does not have its own unique orbit. It does cross Neptune's orbit twice during its transit around the sun. It is further away from the sun. It will not crash into Neptune, but it does cross that path twice. And because it doesn't have a unique orbit, it was downgraded. Also, Pluto is in the area of our solar system where the gas giants are, but it itself is not a gas giant. So it is unlike our other solar system planets. It is made of ice and it has a solid surface. So that was another reason why the scientists came up with that being reason why it was not a planet anymore. But it is now. Stupid scientists. Anyway, I hope to see you on Saturday. This concludes this video. Please make a good model. Do your measurements very carefully. I do recommend making a scratch copy before you do the real one outside, because the real one is what is going to count. Thank you very much.